I was trying to figure out why I was like choking on my words so much last game. My roommate would decide to grill up a bunch of peppers, and he's making some salsa, so my whole house is like full of pepper fumes, like roasted peppers, and I was just like,
but he will be giving you the salsa, right?
I mean, I'll have some of it, but yeah, I'm just like, oh, that's why I'm choking so much now. This makes sense.
It's worth it for the salsa. I'm a big salsa fan here.
Yeah, he makes great salsa.
Tortillas and salsa, man, that stuff's good.
There's the IO. Okay, something that I'm surprised has been ignored all day. We're gonna see that picked up by Infamous here. Team, it's a good Clinks pick. They could just grab the Clinks here. There's gonna be the Grimstroke, like we talked about. And what's the other option? Okay, they grabbed the Sven. A little bit of a deny pick there then.
Sam actually has to be the exact same time.
What did he say?
He said, my captain's old, he's picking me snore heroes now.
Of course.
Shout out to Sammy. That dude's hilarious. All right. Slark being picked up here. A lot of people see it as a counter to the Sven. I'm not so convinced. I think a lot of the time they're able to just hit whatever target is beside the Slark and deal with them. But
Slark is very good at...
Yeah, it's definitely better now. Your base attack time is reduced. Slark also very good at disengaging from team fights. So the moment you see God's Strength Popple, it's only 35 seconds versus 40 it was before. Give you even more time to disengage, then come back in the fight. And Slark is so good at doing that.
One of the things to consider, they did reduce his like duration talent at level 25, but the big thing about Slark into Sven right now is Sven would usually just get too farmed, like get way too far ahead, and now with the stack reduction in both XP and bounty, Sven doesn't get that much of a lead, and Slark doesn't really farm stacks as much, right? Like he's so quick at going back in between camps, similar to like how the Phantom Lancer plays the map, that he farms just singularly through the jungle and lanes as well, because he's super mobile. And those types of heroes I think are going to be more popular in this patch. That was one of the things I was talking about earlier, and I think Slark hits that really well. So I think it's going to be a lot more even on net worth between Slark and Sven than in the past, and considering Slark is decent enough against the Sven as far as the carry matchup goes, I think it might be a more common pick. But we'll see. Last phase of bans coming out here. It's going to be the mid laners. They get rid of the Leshrac, probably one of the better heroes against the Slark, the Bat Rider from TEAMTEAM. All right, what's so funny, neph?
Chatting with the players. Anyhow, Bat Rider banned out here. That one kind of makes sense to me. You don't really plan on picking that one up against the Slark. You get rid of Invoker as well. I mean, that one's pretty good with the Mars. The Cataclysm side of the arena.
It's not bad. They don't have a lot of stun right now is the problem. It's really just the Spirit and the Mirana. So there's nothing like coming out from your 5 or your carry to like lock heroes down. Like you can still walk around through Pounce, but Cataclysm doesn't feel super strong. It is probably just a respect, I would say, because Alone's Invoker is pretty dang good, and you don't really want to give it to him if you can avoid it. It really just comes down to whatever Aurelia wants to play in the mid lane as well.
Yeah. So Rui's going to get what Rui wants this game. Last time he was kind of forced into Mars. Might not. I don't think that's his idea of a fun mid hero. It happened to be really good when he had a Sniper on his team. But he was like the wall they had to get to. It made Sammy Boy's game really nice, but his game was a little bit miserable for it. This time he gets last pick. And even though Storm Spirit's not in the pool, actually they got rid of a lot of Royus heroes here.
Yeah.
Storm Spirit, Leshrac, and the Puck. He loves playing like all these heroes.
His Queen of Pain's still in the pool though. They go Tiny. Okay.
Got a quarry to settle.
It's a good Tiny game. It's great against IO. Being able to find that hero and burst him down is a huge advantage in the fight. He's also fantastic being able to interrupt the relocate animation with all of the different stuns that he has. So, pretty solid. I like this pick a lot. Now, for the mid lane, you could go for the Lina still. Now, the hero did get nerfed a little bit. Not too bad. Monkey King is already banned, which makes it pretty good. They go for the Kunkka, of course.
You have the opportunity to explain the Lina nerf to everybody just tuning in now.
So for the big thing for Lina is the Light Striker A cooldown now at level 1 exceeds the duration of Fiery Soul. So you don't punish melee heroes as much as you used to because you would just Light Striker Ray, right click them, and you would have the Fiery Soul stacks. and you could refresh them off of another light strike array if you wanted. But now you don't have that opportunity. A lot of people are just going like 2-0-1 in lane.
Thanks a lot.
Which makes sense. And unfortunately, life is going to be a little bit difficult for the tiny hero, your 0 armor hero, against the amount of cleave that Kunkka has. Not fun. Alone plays this one a lot, and I feel like he does a pretty good job most of the time.
Yeah, we actually saw this hero banned out quite a bit against Infamous, if I'm not mistaken. Like, most teams were respect banning the Kunkka for sure.
Yeah. The respect ban onto Alone's Kunkka something that comes out quite a bit. It gets easier for Tiny once he gets level 6 and gets his extra 12 points of armor, but until then, like, you're taking a lot of damage from this Tidebringer cleave. Not fun to deal with. But what do you think in this game? I know you're a big fan of the IO. In your opinion, you're saying earlier that you're surprised that this hero wasn't nerfed. You think he's one of the stronger heroes of the patch. You're surprised that Omni Knight got nerfed so hard, but IO wasn't. So are you with Infamous, or are you still with Team like you were the last couple of matches?
I'm with Team just because I think the Bane Grimstroke with, you know, Brax Beastmaster is just way too strong. I think you do have this IO Slark that is pretty good, but it gave Team something that they're very comfortable running. I think it's only a matter of time before we see Brax's Beastmaster start getting the respect ban. But yeah, I think they're going to be very comfortable. Sammy going to have a pretty easy game on the Sven here.
Yeah. Do keep in mind, everyone tuning in just now didn't catch the patch that dropped last night, 7.30 C. Sven's base attack time was reduced from 1.8 to 1.9, so it becomes one of the slower attacking heroes inside the game. And was it a Stormbolt was nerfed as well?
Yeah, the damage on Stormbolt.
Let me look that one up real quick, because that one, Stormbolt damage decreased from 110 up to 320 to being a little bit less, 15 less damage at level 1, a little bit less as it scales up. Oh, the other big one being the God Strength. Talked about that one already. Reduced from 40 seconds to 35, so even less uptime on that now. And it's down for 110 after that. So again, Slark being very good at disengaging. Actually, most of this line had decent disengaging. I was able to get people out of trouble. Mars just dropped him, disengaged with the spear. So we'll see how this one goes. You know what? I'm with Infamous here. I think Sven's too weak.
Okay.
Against this lineup, I think the nerfs to Sven are really going to come into play here. I think the hero is decent, but people were talking about how he was counter to Slark in the last patch. I think with the reduced duration of the God Strength and the worst base attack time, it makes the hero way too weak against the Slark. Also, Lumiere owns, so I'm against you here, Ricky.
Okay. You're ready to chalk a point up for me there once again today. It'll be fine. No big deal.
Yeah. I only keep track of the points I win. You're still at 0.
That's fair.
I am very petty. Happy to be here with you, buddy.
Of course, me too.
Of the universe and the pride of 10 people on the line.
Gonna be 2-2 on the runes. No real engagements here to start it off. Very snooze fest. Just kidding, of course. But we got really on the mid lane, Tiny, going up against Alone's Kunkka, which is one of his better heroes. You will definitely struggle in this lane as the Tiny. A 0 armor hero does not do well against this cleave.
Yeah. He'll try to block as much of the creep wave as he can. If he could have gotten up onto his high ground, I guess the extra 3 points of armor from his tower would have been nice, but outplayed by Alone, the young gun.
Do you have the range at least early?
Yeah. You have a decent amount of damage of your own to work with, so you get some harass off onto the Kunkka here. The other lanes, I imagine the top lane is going to be too interesting for the first couple levels up until Slark actually has like Pounce and Essence Shift, maybe a point in the Dark Pact as well. I was just going to keep the Slark healed up. That's his purpose over here. In the bottom lane, you've got decent disengage with IX Mike. So unless you overcommit on Infamous, there's not going to be too much action here. So, mid play, I guess mid lane is the place to watch at the start. As boring as that is, 2 strength heroes, but good to see some beautiful plays here by Alone. You can play a lot around with the Torrent because it's one of the few abilities in the game where you don't need to be facing the direction you're. Oh, bottom lane Ike Mike's actually about to drop.
Yeah, going really low. Nice Stormhammer. Stuns him up underneath the tower, and Michael ends up taking a ton of damage as well as Sacred from that one. Mike barely surviving there.
I was wrong. The top lane, Lumiere tries to commit onto Brax, but
I think they got him, actually. He's got the movement speed. Actually, no, he doesn't. Beastmaster 305 with the Borslow, yeah.
A close one there. Did you just interrupt the Salve? No, it's Salve on a Brax, my bad. So everyone's sitting very low at the moment.
Yeah, all three lanes having heroes below half HP. Flea has a lot of damage to work with the Stroke of Fate, though, and if they can manage to get on top of the IO, it's a decent kill opportunity, and here they're going to go for it. The pounce onto the Beastmaster. He's just going to take down. First blood goes the way of Excel here on the IO, and Flea will trade for it, but I think they held off a little bit too long. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Mike trading as well. Looks like he's going to be all right. I thought they were going to go in more aggressively there, rather than waiting for the pounce.
Yeah. Waiting for that one ended up costing them. Slug didn't get the permanent point of agility there, by the way.
Yeah, I know, it's broken. I told you.
Is it?
No, it's not actually, but there's multiple times when like he's literally attacking a unit, but because like there's the extra range you can get from pounce or whatever, like he actually barely misses. Oh, pounce comes out onto the Grimstroke. He's gonna Inkswell up Brax. This is a very optimistic dive here as Lumiere just gets sniped. Now turn their attention on over to the IO with the Borslow. There's going to be 2 kills going back the other way. I don't know about that one, Neff.
He's got tether. He's going to get away.
Ooh, he does. Okay, nicely done.
Clean escape, but losing Slug at the start of this one, not great. At the very... Oh, you're a little bit off of the money for Boots' speed. Wait, he's got it now. How do you get that 40 gold? What do you sell?
Not while I'm around.
What happened?
I don't know. Ooh, nice pounce dodge there from Brax, but he's alone in the lane. They saw that Grimstroke TP out. What great body blocks from Lumiere. That is a kill. Just turns it right around. This top lane is a bloodbath.
He's doing that on ping. That is pretty insane. He managed to accomplish that. So this time he does get the permanent point of agility, and I think Brax is going to be a little bit hesitant to head back in the lane here. You're playing another hero that doesn't like going boots of speed at the start of this one. So on top of having the boots and the Orb of Venom on the Slark and the extra movement speed from the tether, you get another 6% for them. It's the extra 15% slow views on top of you. You give up kills fairly easily here. Lumiere wants to play really aggressive. So Braxton might be forced to go for Boots instead of going straight Helm on Iron Will here. Or he's going to face some pretty heavy punishment.
They managed to actually pull the wave here, which is quite nice. They can reset this one back towards their tower.
Yep.
Talk about bottom lane, I suppose. Sammy CSing really well. 26-27 now.
He's got that going for him, but Slark is also pretty farmed thanks to that kill. Slark is actually the top of the CS, or top of the net worth chart by a little bit. Thanks to that kill.
Mars is really struggling on net worth. Sacred actually just going to take a ton of damage there. Does have 9 stick charges, and Michael just goes in trying to get Mike. He gets sniped. Well done there by Michael. Great heads up play. And they're looking for more. Sammy, one more auto attack, not going to be enough.
No,
He's still got the stick charges too.
Yeah.
Stick and the fairy fire.
He's baiting him in. I'm surprised he didn't do that before the arrow landed. He is playing, he's living dangerously there for sure. He's going to drop a salve though? No, actually, Mike's just going to buy one. I imagine he's going to drop it onto Sammy here. Yeah, there we go. Got glove of pace now as well.
Sacred got his bottle delivered.
Very nice.
A lot of damage going to come his way here. There's going to be the Stormhammer, Brain Sap being held. Mike, ooh, gotta be careful. Tanks an arrow right there. Stuck kind of for a moment. Does make it through the trees. He's going to be all right, but Alone managed to find an arcane rune in the mid lane.
Unfortunate for Roya, he would have loved to have that. Do a decent job of zoning the Kunkka out of lane. He's not quite level 7 yet. At that point, it becomes really easy to get all these tide bringing cleaves off onto Roya, but Roya being level 6, he's got an extra 12 points of armor now. You're not getting the same harass off onto him.
Only managed to find the kill bottom, and in comes mid lane, the X. Into the boat. Arrow's there to follow it up, but it misses.
Yep. Nice sidestep there from Maria. He must have seen the direction that the Mirana came in from, or knew that, all right, he can't shoot it from that other angle if the creeps are there. Wait, no, he's got vision up. He saw the Mirana.
Yeah, he has the ward up here.
Yep.
The prize is mine.
You're definitely right about the stacking meta, though.
Yeah, it's almost like nothing changed. It's crazy. You just are level 12. Instead of being like level 12 with like 8k net worth, you're level 11 with 8k net worth. It's weird.
It's XP and gold.
Yeah, but yeah, it is. But realistically, it doesn't really change much.
Yep. Dude, do you see the flavor text on this creep?
Which one?
Click on the Thunderhide. The one without a tooltip icon. Lost.
What? What are you talking about?
The Ancient Thunderhide on the side of the map of Team.
Yeah.
Click on the Ancient Thunderhide. The fourth buff on the hero. Or the creep.
This creature is homeless until it finds its way back to its camp. Do all of them have that?
No, only the heroes that are the creeps that get really far away from the camps. I didn't ever realize that was a thing.
What the heck?
I wonder what that one does.
Literally nothing. That's
I'm sure
like
it does something.
That's just definitely a Valve dev being like hee 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 hee. Boat coming out here, nice arrow setup, but it doesn't look too good now for the side of TEAMTEAM. They find the kill onto one, and now Ryoya is surrounded by 4, and this is going to lead up to a very quick clear of these camps, and Alone says, thank you very much. The rest of my team, you guys got this, right? Lumiere grabs the kill, and Alone cleans up that big stack in the jungle.
Yep. Unfortunately, not going to be able to touch the Ancients, but pretty big camp stack to grab there, so no stack tax for the supports, and that's one of the things that you were complaining about, the fact that the supports get just as much gold for clearing those, so being able to prevent that at the very least is a pretty big deal.
I think the easier way to deal with it is just like make the creeps worth 100% gold instead of right now they're 115% instead of 130. Like, who cares? Like, it's actually still so dumb. Make them worth 100% gold, like regular bounty. 40% of that bounty goes to supports, 60 goes to carries. Or it goes to whoever stacked it.
The carries wouldn't go out of their way to farm them.
That's the point. That's the whole point.
Make the support stack them themselves, or the carries stack them themselves, or we go back to the old age where we had Helm Dom with Helm of Iron Will plus Mask of Death or Morbid Mask.
Yeah.
Remember stacking your own creep camps with your Helm Dom? Those were the...
Yeah, it blew in Helm Dom Luna every game.
Yeah.
Brax top lane getting chased down here by Io and Slark, and he's got no mana, no TP. Drops a roar out onto the Io. Might give him the movement speed he needs to run away, and it looks like it actually worked. Brax is out. Well done. In the jungle, though, they found Flea and Michael as well as Alone. Gonna make quick work that. Sammy ends up stunning a Ancient creep. Instead, pops the God Strength. There's gonna go ahead, be that Fiend's Grip, but Mike catches a Boda. Huge Avatos onto 4, but Brax catches the Arena Spear that comes in from Sacred. They take down 2. And there's no chance you get this Ancient stack. You do not have the damage for this. Alone's gonna go ahead and X himself. Go back to base, try and bottle up, but he's got the Rum debuff still. But he's not gonna come back with a lot of HP.
Yeah, but he wants to be able to control this triangle right now. He needs to take his stack. Sammy Boy isn't gonna be too happy about this, but his God Strength didn't expire 5 seconds.
He tanks an arrow. Ryoya, design Avalanche, Toss, plus the Ink Swell. They get him.
Yeah, your God Strength is now over though, so cleaning up that stack isn't going to be too easy. In fact, he's got to leave it until he's got God Strength back up again. This is a 110-second cooldown.
My lines grow bold.
Radiant should look to their middle tower.
What do we got going on now? Slark managed to find himself a chip vest inside the jungle. I imagine... Who are you going to pass that to? Probably Kunkka? Probably Kunkka. We'll see though. Right now he's holding on to the Tumbler's toy, which does let him gap distance a little bit easier. They've done a really good job of invading Team's jungle and stopping them from not only farming the stack but taking some of them for themselves. Like you wanted to, if you're playing Sven, you want to take like this ancient stack like 2 minutes ago, and you wanted to farm the hard stack as well. You're only just completing it here like 11 minutes into the game. These jungle invasions have gone pretty well for them.
Yeah, absolutely. Slark, top net worth, having a great time here on his way to the Echo Saber. I guess he has it completed, just gets dropped off right now, and we'll see. Wow, that stack I did not think was going to go off, but he's going to queue up the Sanj and Yasha next, and honestly, Slark is going to feel so strong this game. Smoke up here, Tiny, IO, trying to keep Lumiere alive. It looks like it's going to work, and Avalanche toss, that's the blink reveal. Lumiere able to jump away, but the Soulbind doesn't come through in time. Oh, Fiend's Grip comes through. That was a decent attempt there from Mike. He was hoping the latch was going to come onto the Slark into that Fiend's Grip.
Yeah, slightly off though. Starting to take a little bit of control of the map back. At the very least, it gives Brax a little bit of chance to farm. He's pretty far behind where he normally is.
Mid lane, Roya. They get caught by an X. Nightmare comes through, not in time. So be able to stun up the Tiny Roya. Avalanche toss plus the Ink Spell Sacred will pull him to the wall just in time as they'll be able to find that first kill. Now Mike falling low as well. You get chased by Michael. He's got one leap left. Might be able to do it with another leap charge, but hiding in the trees gets a nice brain sap, and not gonna happen. Mike will survive, but mid lane tower not gonna be as lucky here, I don't think.
That's the change in 7.30 coming into play right there. That 4 seconds on the Ink Swell under the Tiny. He didn't end up connecting with the Mars because of it, and actually ended up losing the Tiny, and Mars getting away with that one. Takes a pretty long time to actually come off onto the heroes. Now Sacred working the Blink Dagger. Oh, things not looking great so far, and I think that Sark's gonna be coming online a lot faster than this Sven. He's going for a Sanj and Yasha. Usually you see a Diffusal if the Slark wants to play super fast, but Diffusal doesn't seem like an amazing item this game.
Yeah, and Slark, he's going to be saved constantly by IO, who almost has a Holy Locket, just 50 gold away. And once that's online, it's so much more difficult to find these burst kills. Tiny, you know, he tried with this blink reveal, but it just wasn't enough damage. Avatos, Ryoya doesn't get it. One leap's going to get him out.
Dude, chat's calling me a nerd for that thing I pointed out a couple of minutes ago. I'm sorry that I have attention to detail, you guys.
What thing you pointed out?
The lost thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Wait a minute. What is this X?
I'm not a nerd. I'm a cool guy.
Alone has a Shadow Blade already completed in the bottom lane. They're smoked up here trying to find him. He is going to reveal himself. Brax is here. He knows he got seen. Did he grab vision on the Kunkka? He did not. Just barely missed. You know, he's got to be in the trees here somewhere alone. Tumbler toys away. He does not have blink. And he has no way out of this. They will find Kunkka. Invis comes out. There's the dust. Tossed through into the roar. Kunkka stuck around just a little bit too long.
Ends up getting caught out there. He just finished the Shadow Blade as well. He's going to go straight Silver Red, so you don't feel that tanky at this point. So I imagine a lot of punishment's going to come out onto him for going this a little bit greedy build, but Silver Red has seen one of the better items in the patch. I'd probably prefer him to go with BKB first, if I'm going to be real with you.
Yeah.
That way you can stand his ground against the Tiny. Otherwise, you're getting tossed Ava and you're losing the majority of your HP before the fight even starts. Just finishes his Blink Dagger right now on the Mars, so I think they're probably going to want to take a fight in the bottom lane.
He also has an Arcane bottled, so yeah, that would be a really good fight for them. Relocate can join in at any time. They will smoke up here on Michael, Sacred, and Alone, getting ready to see what they can find. In the triangle, though, they do see Sam. Or not the triangle, but the jungle, they do see Sammy. This would be a fantastic find. They're going to drop it, the Arena of the Spirit, into the boat. Sammy dodges it out for the time being, but with the Slark rotating in, I don't think you're getting out. Lumiere grabs himself another kill.
Everybody chips in for that one. So they don't go for the kill on, well, the kills on the rest of Team's lineup, but just kind of sitting down here wasting time. So you lose Sammy. Slark is farming up, and in fact, they're about to clear your stack. That's rough. Pick up a hard stack again. Been constantly invading this triangle. You wasted so much time here on the bottom lane. Now they're ready to fight you.
They are indeed alone, just trying to find a target to get on top of for this X. He finds Mike. What a throw of the torrent. Trying to give this one on over to the Slark, I'm sure. Michael ends up grabbing it, but another Agi stack here for the Slark.
Step lively now. Your admiral is on board.
Infinite scaling here, Ricky. It's a little bit of a concern. Yeah, Sanjay Yasha is just about complete. Just needs another signature gold. He's gonna go for the Aghanim shard immediately afterwards. So depth throughout is usually what you go for when you're ready to fight and with the gaming against them. And Team now 5k net worth disadvantage here. XP something about the same.
That's a big deal. That's a lot. Look at the win probability, 85% for the Dire.
Seems about right.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They managed to find many kills this game. I mean, 6 to 10, but regardless of that, it feels like you can't really fight into the enemies. And all these initiations seem to be coming up from Infamous.
Bottom tower is in danger.
I just want to double check now. At the beginning of the game, I definitely said Infamous, right?
Oh, Ricky. Yeah, jokester.
Arrow from the trees connects there onto the Beastmaster in the bottom lane, and he is not long for this world. Really well thrown there by Michael, and Lumir is going to grab another.
Go on, get out of here.
What can you do? Another stack of agility there. He's 7 in permanent agi now, and he's what? I guess he's gonna have the money for this Aghanim shard before the 20-minute mark hit, so he's gonna be forced to start building his Aghanim scepter. He's going for next, so looking to gap the distance, stay on top of these targets.
Oh no, I'm too wealthy. What do I do?
These are rough problems to have. You wouldn't get it.
Grimstroke gets taken down here. Nice find by Sacred and Michael.
Kill after kill being found, and net worth change. Doesn't change too much. How many points do we
They found the Kunkka here. Roar does come out. Sammy on the backside has the Godstrike. There's gonna be the Fiend's Grip. They will be able to take down the Kunkka. Nice toss into the Stormhammer. Well played there by Ryoya. Lumir and Excel come in for this one. I don't know about that. Well, I guess. Oh, what a nightmare dodge from Mike. Well done.
Yeah, now they're forced to leave, and Sacred is a long way from home. He's got Blink Digger up in 5 seconds. If IX Mike can connect with him first...
Nah, he's out.
No, yeah, he's out. That was pretty sick there by Mike. The old man still got some moves.
I can't tell if Sammy just like attack. I think what happened is Sammy attacked the Nightmare target when Sacred jumped in. Well, speaking of Sacred, he's gonna find Sammy this time. He's like, "Oh, you tipped me, sir." Gonna regret that one, as the rest of them just gonna beat down the Sven. He's got a Nightmare, gonna send the Slark under. Do they have the damage? They do. Sacred finishes him out with a God's Rebuke, and then the counter tip. Sacred's like, How does it feel now?
Instant karma here in BTS Pro Series 8.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Slark gonna get on top of the Grimstroke. Oops, Spear doesn't connect onto the tree there, but with a lone X into the boat. As definitely a dead Grimstroke as Sacred grabs another.
Yeah, absolute domination here. I mean, still a 5k net worth, not increasing too much, but they're finding kill after kill. The XP net worth is
Fortified their structures
going to
against
go out of control in a moment here. And Slark, again, getting close to 20 minutes. He's almost got that shard. He's going to farm this one up in the next, like, 30 seconds to a minute, and with more aggression to come out from him. Not
Nice
quite.
TP
Brax
out.
manages to get the tower. Let's go, Brax.
That's big.
Got the How about the Overlord queued up still? Needs another 225 gold. Once he's got that, these fights will get a little bit easier for them. So they're looking for that. The 200 gold, they'll have BKB on the Sven. I'm taking a deep inhale of my copium. We got some items coming online. We're finally going to be able to fight in Infamous Heroes.
Moonlight Shadow is going to find the Sven here, relocate as well. They pull him into the arrow. Can they actually save him, though? I think they might be bailing on the Sven here as he just goes down. Nice Stormhammer at the last second, but the Arena catching Grimstroke as well as the Beastmaster, and Sacred just walks it away. Alone. Can be able to hold him in place here for Lumiere. Sacred grabs himself another kill. 3 for 0. As a result of this fight, you need this BKB on this Sven so bad.
You died just 200 gold away from your BKB. You died 200 gold away from your Helm of the Overlord on the Beastmaster as well. You're trying to claw your way back to the game, but they're making it so difficult right now on Infamous. They are relentless. And again, this is the build that the Slark is going for.
Want to hear my neph
He's looking for it
impression?
really quick. Sure.
Ooh, we're getting some items. Ooh, we can't wait till we have our items.
Dude, that's my thing.
Got him, dude.
I've never been put on blast so hard in my life. Whatever, man. All right. Clark's got his Aghanim Scepter, completed another 50 gold himself, and then he'll go for the shard after that.
I actually like the decision to just complete the Ags instead of going for that shard.
I don't think he thought I don't think he expected to farm 4K, 4.2K net worth in like
2
4
minutes. 2 to 3 minutes.
Yeah. 6-1 and 7 now on Slark.
Smoked up here. Trying to look for an Avatos target. It's going to be the Tiny. He jumps in, finds Michael, and he goes down, but the Bane caught the Arena. Nice Soulbind, which means there is no Fiend's Grip coming in quite yet. Bane trying to TP into the fight. Does he get it off in time? He does, but the Soulbind had expired. Mars trying to keep himself alive, alone on the backside, gets put back to sleep as well. Lumiere now turning his attention on over to the Sven. Can he keep himself alive during this? It's going to be a Stormhammer to put him to sleep, but Sammy hobbling away, ticks down to Michael. They don't have the damage on TEAMTEAM to deal with this. Slark, he's still got full HP. Rioya almost snipes down Io, trying to TP out, but it's not going to happen. Reload not in time. They're turning it around. They grab 4, but Lumiere with this new Aghanim Scepter is going to be way too hard to find, right?
You can blink in front of him. You can toss him. He's buying time, but the Aghanim Scepter Shadow.
They're blocking him, but he's still able to leap away.
Man's got hops. Yeah, Lumiere managed to escape there. 14 essence stacks, but they lost Sammy in the middle of that fight, and they lost. They did lose 4 heroes, but without your carry finding you farm, I'm not sure how well this recovery is going to go. At the very least, they brought it down from like a 9K net worth lead on Infamous to a 5K net worth lead they currently have. Sick plays, but they're targeting Sammy super hard in these team fights.
And they can, right? The Slark has no problem staying on top of him with the BKB. Didn't really seem to make too much of a difference there. Like, yes, he, was able to survive inside the arena, but Brax with his Overlord just
recently completed. He's got a little bit of extra gold behind him now as well. And he's going for the Solar Crest. And we see how much damage this Thunder Hide can do, or we've seen how much damage it can do. But now both team, they're playing a little bit slower now on Infamous. They're probably waiting for this shard on the Slark. Needs another 200 gold. They'll be able to grab that pretty shortly, though.
the shard's going to be really good. He'll be able to save not only himself, but his allies that get jumped on as well.
Yeah, that shard is way too good, man.
It's really strong. It got buffed, too. I think it got buffed when, after it got released. In 7.3, it got buffed.
Yeah.
In the arena, they find the Mars. Okay. X into Arrow. Stunning up the Sven for a little bit here. They're trying to wrap around potentially on Lumiere, but I think you want to go in on that one. You are already down one hero. God Strength not even committed. X into the mid lane. Rioya takes the Arrow.
This is going to be really annoying to deal with. The heroes are just stunned and slowed most of the time. If only you can get this tier 1 mid tower.
Yeah, if only.
24 minutes into the game already.
Roshan definitely becoming a target for both teams, but as of right now, no one really able to commit into that Roshan pit.
Yep, a little bit too dangerous up against the Kunk. You get hit by like a multi-man boat torrent. Things become pretty scary. Slark as well with the everything that he's got online. I want to fight into. He's going for a basher into a BKB afterwards. I guess you are concerned about magic damage getting stunned up by like the Sven and the Bane or the Tiny. It's been the Tiny that's been the major threat to the Slark right now, right?
I don't think there really is a major threat to the Slark, honestly. Like, it's the only chance he has of dying is if he gets caught in the Soulbind and full duration Fiend's Grip.
Yeah.
And that means that, like, both Kunkka and Sacred have to be able to not throw spells. So it's really difficult for them to take down the Slark this game.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
เป็นเกมที่ดี
Step
เป็นเกมที่
lively
ดี
now. Your admiral is on board.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is
Bottom lane, Lumiere and Excel is going to grab a tier 2. That's going to allow them to snag this outpost if they want, but instead they're just beelining it to the top side of the map here as Ryoya is going to find the Slark. Avalanche comes out, the toss. The Inkswell is going to give him the space he needs. I'll just disengage. Spooky, fiery red ghost running down the river. All right, that's actually terrifying.
All right, they control the Roche pit, but I'm not sure they do enough damage to take it fast enough. I mean, Slark is across the map in a moment with these 2 pounce charges and the Aghanim Scepter, and Io can just relocate him.
Exactly.
And no, with only 35 seconds on God Strength and your base attack time lowered, like give a lot less damage, not gonna last as long. You can't risk going for Roshan right now on Sven, so instead they tried to look for Kunkka, but he's already TP'd out.
They're actually just losing this top tower as well. Goes down to the catapult. They are in the pit though. They're gonna try. Sammy comes in. I am a little bit surprised they don't commit the God Strength for this, but it looks like Infamous don't want to contest. It is just the first Roshan. It was not the end of the world. Arrow's gonna come through, ends up sniping a boar, but Roshan, it's dead. Sammy's gonna be the one that picks that one up, and Avalanche toss. They find Alone on the backside, but he's still so dang tanky. There's the Fiend's Grip though, holding him in place with the boat to cancel as well as the Yules. They get him. Sammy, however, with this BKB God Strength, he needs to find these heroes, and it's going to be the IO potentially, but he's saved by the Depth Shroud. They've got to get more out of this. Excel able to relocate out. Unbelievable. Mars. Avalanche toss back into the Sven. They do take him down. On the other side of the fight, it's going to be Brax finding 3. Oh, he ended up reloading not to the base. That's always fun to watch. Ryoya. Gonna find that kill and a stun up onto the Mirana as well. They take down 4, and it's once again just Lumiere that's gonna survive here. Still has everything available, so.
Yeah, they know they're not gonna be able to catch him. He's got
Mike, TP canceled by Lumiere. Pops that Shadow Dance, and with the spider legs.
Spider legs as well.
Yeah, good luck. You're never catching this Slark.
Yeah, his turn around. There's a slight misplay there. They might have been able to set up on the Slark and kill him. Flea actually threw out a Phantom's Embrace onto the Slark when he was being held in place by a Nightmare. Didn't manage to get his duck packed off in time. So, slight misplay there by Flea, but it didn't matter in the end. And still wouldn't have changed the fact that he went down there on Braxton. It would have been difficult to get that kill.
Comes from downtown, finds Ryoya. He's got another one to follow, and with Alone and Sacred, he's forced to BKB, has the blank, he's gonna be fine. But hey, I mean, you get the BKB out of the Tiny, that's pretty big. Is that that's brand new, isn't it? Yeah, it was.
Yep.
With IO down here as well, they're ready to keep going. Playing aggressive with the Slark, level 20 does have the extra 1 Agi per stolen Essence Shift. If they find Sammy here on this Fen, this would be huge, but it's gonna be Mike instead that goes down first, and Sammy, he takes an arrow. He's not gonna get anything off. That's just gonna be the Aegis. He has BKB, but no Silver Edge. Whoa, okay, I don't know about that spear. That was interesting. That looked a little weird, but
it went through him and then back onto him. Yeah.
Yeah, it like went through him, but it like the butt end of the like the very end of the spear like teleported him, which was very weird.
Yeah.
'Cause that normally does not work. Like if you throw it through a Yules, it's only the very front end of the spear that can actually latch you.
That's because you're invulnerable to the spear as it first touches you.
Double damage.
And if it doesn't connect the first time, then it won't connect the second time. But he wasn't invulnerable when you get back up. You're invulnerable for like fraction of a second when you go down from the Yules. The same doesn't apply when you respawn with the Aegis.
I'll take that.
Basically, invulnerable frame versus not an invulnerable frame.
Interesting.
But, unfortunate for Sammy.
Yeah, I mean, really well played by Infamous. They get themselves a couple really big kills. Aegis completely wasted, basically. And they can just continue to play aggressive here. I don't see things getting any better for TEAMTEAM as this goes on. Like, this Slark is just way too farmed. Has a DD rune. Finished up his Eye of Scotty. Yeah, he's having a great time.
Saw Cross finished on the Kunkka as well. So he's going to be difficult for Sammy Boy to just blow up in these fights.
He can't find anyone.
No. He can't. I mean, Sacred's their best bet, and he's got Yule's Blink Dagger. And I think he's got the BKB flying out to him right now. What's he got? It is. That's rough. That is very big.
Who is this?
BKB from Mars flying out right now.
Oh, yeah, that is quite good.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So they have a couple items up on them. Mike's working on a BKB as well. Sammy wants to finish up this Satanic, but he's not going to
right
get
into the triangle. Mike's going to be the one that gets found first. Avalanche Toss does find the IO. Broken. The damage is there. Pop the God Strength for this. The question is, can they get this kill onto Sacred? The Fiend's Grip, not even going to be possible, but he will buy back into the game. Now Sammy catches the Yules. Will dodge out the boat for the time being, as well as the Spirit, but it's just Lumiere on this Slark, channeling back onto these other heroes. Now Sacred trying to just hobble away from both Brax and Riolia. Sammy catches an arrow. They have the damage to finish him off. Fiend's Grip catches the Slark. He's got everything still available. The Roar, can they do it? They finally do. The buyback paying dividends there.
Absolutely necessary. They did end up losing Sammy during that, though. Too much damage coming out from the Kunkka. And again, just not able to stand his ground and fight him thanks to him having this soft cross completed. I think they grab a... Yeah, Lone Man just to get away. They can't catch him.
He's got a regen as
out.
well.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's a pretty worthy trade, losing your Sven to grab that Slark. I don't think you mind all that much.
Yeah, given this game that this Slark has had so far, you 100% take that. But hopefully the next fight, that Satanic will let the Sven stand his ground in the matchup against the Kunkka and the Mirana. But I'm surprised they even had the damage to blow up the Slark there. But I guess
You went
just
in
barely
way
managed to
too
catch him on
deep.
that sleep.
He was
Yeah.
chasing after Flea on the Grimstroke and just didn't, I guess, respect the buyback from Mike, as he just like jumped right on over and Fiend's Grip him as soon as he saw the Death Pact.
Yeah.
Or Dark Pact.
Oh.
God damn, sorry. We've seen a lot of clinks lately.
Yeah. Nice play there by Mike. Old man still got some moves, man. Like I said. I'm not sure he's going to get away with that a second time, though. He's working on his BKB now.
Is on board.
Yeah, he's close.
But if he goes down again, I think this game becomes pretty difficult. Same goes for Sammy, who isn't actually saving up buyback. He's got Paladin Sword now. So that on top of Satanic, on top of his 15 lifesteal talent, as long as he's hitting heroes, he won't go down. But you've got decent ability to kite heroes around in these fights, too.
All of Team sitting inside the triangle. Really is going to grab himself an Arcane Rune. Quite nice for him. Gem as well has been on his hero for a little bit now. Do we have a gem on the Dire? Do not. So Moonlight Shadow a little bit less effective here, and they're able to get rid of some of the wards that were placed inside their own jungle here on the side of TeamTeam, which is nice. But they've still got a 7k gold lead, and this Slark is still very scary. That fight ended up being pretty decent for TeamTeam because I think they got the opening onto the IO, right? Like, they managed to blow him up first with no way of getting back into the fight, which is a big deal.
Radiant's bottom tower
Yeah.
is under attack.
All right. Both teams playing in each other's jungles right now. All right.
They're just going to cut this mid wave, it seems. I mean, you got to do something. Bottom lane, that whole creep wave is at your tower, and the rest of Infamous can start kind of forcing you back. And, yeah, Slark goes in. You're going to pop the fort for now.
Well, now they're backing up off his button. Well, if they realize that they're up there, I mean, we see time and time again, they just kind of force them back at base by hitting the building. That's what they're doing here. Overcharge.
He's got Soulbind. He blinks in, grabs them. The question is, can they actually get the Fiend's Grip? That's the big target. From the bottom side, he doesn't make it in time. The Depth Shroud able to save them both.
It was an incredibly bold play there by Flay. Almost paid off.
I mean, he just needed to wait one more second for that Bane to come in, right? If he gets the double Fiend's Grip up on the high ground, you're in a lot of trouble. It would have really required Sacred to manage to find him out with the arena.
Yeah. All right, another 700 gold. He's got the Satanic Hierarchy. And Basher picked up on the Slark now, so even with the BKB on Mike, he's going to struggle here.
Yeah, I mean, this is really big. This is a really strong pickup. This hero has so much health right now. 3,500 thanks to this item build, and you just need to be able to survive in these fights and stick as much damage out as possible thanks to the way, you know, Essence Shift works. Again, further increasing their net worth lead here on the side of Infamous. Most of the game still kind of going their way.
Yeah. It's been relatively unchanged, like this sort of net worth advantage has been jumping between like 5,000 and 10,000. So TEAMTEAM has done a decent job of keeping pace despite the fact that Infamous has been up. Yeah, another 200 gold. He's almost got this. Leveler found on Slark. He's almost got this Satanic. And at that point, I think they're going to feel confident enough to take a fight. I'm not sure they'll wait for Mike BKB. I doubt he's dictating the calls at this point. It's mostly going to be Sammy and Roya making the calls because they feel the strongest at the moment.
Spell Prism for the Tiny. That's quite good.
Yeah. Maybe they'll go for the rest of his tier 3 items. Top Wave looks pretty big at the moment as well, so Sammy's going to want to clear that one up.
Head-to-edge sword is nice, but you definitely keep the leveler on the IO here, or on the Slark, right? Attack speed is just way too value. Mid lane really goes in. Avalanche toss. The Yules will buy him a little bit of time, but he catches an arrow. Sammy Stormhammer will connect, but he can't make it in time. What a heal! There's going to be the Soulbind to the backside. He doesn't get the Fiend's Grip, though. Both of them canceled. And now Mike in some trouble as he's going to go down, as well as Beastmaster. Double kill for Sacred. They find Sammy on the backside as well. 3 heroes dead without buyback, and this is Infamous really showing how strong they are. Yules comes through. And that's going to be a 4th kill here. Triple for the Mars.
When you can't get that favorable initiation, you end up paying for it so heavily. This Slark with the leveler has so much attack speed as well. Mike not being able to get that Fiend Grip off. I mean, that's the entire reason why they won that last fight. Is the Slark overextended. Not only was he held in place for like almost full seconds by Nightmares, also Fiend's Grip afterwards. Without that, there is no way that you find these kills. And even the jump on the Mirana didn't end up going their way.
Yeah, I don't know why you jumped the Mirana at all. I feel like that hero like doesn't really matter as far as these fights go. If you manage to like, if you want to find the Mars or something, and the thing is like the Dark Pact purged off the Fiend's Grip, and then he just depth shrouded the Mars, and it just instantly ended.
Yeah. I'm not sure it should work like that. You should be able to continue to use the Fiend's Grip onto them.
And that's what it looked like. Maybe I'm wrong, but that is exactly what it looked like. 2 lanes of Barracks just going to go down here to the side of Infamous, and they can't really pressure top, but Mimir really wants to go in. He's got an Arcane Rune, man. Feel yourself.
See, I'm giving my mic just about a 10% boost. Hopefully I'm not too loud for you.
No, not at all.
All right. Maybe I'll turn up one more dial. There we go. But yeah, Head-to-Edge sword now found on the other side. Sven might take that. We'll see. The extra attack range might actually do him a lot of good. I'm going to be honest. It's difficult for him to keep his hands on people, so the extra range might make a difference. Like this Paladin sword isn't really mattering if he's not getting the hits onto people, and it doesn't look like he is in these team fights. He's just kind of getting controlled up and then bursted down by the Slark. The static cap is pretty good as well, actually.
I hate this item.
I know you do, but it's good enough for it to be nerfed. So your opinion is incorrect.
Dude, I feel like I've never seen that item do anything useful.
Weird, because you cast games.
I know, I've casted so many games, and a lot of times, like right now, Sammy, just BKB TPs. Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Oh, man, we even got Bulljacks in the chat. Big Bulljacks fan here.
Bulljack's pretty cool, dude.
All right. Sammy, now working on this Blink Dagger. Again, it's staying on top of heroes. It's really important. Oh, that's crazy. Sammy's got the aesthetic cap on.
I know, I saw it. That's literally what I was saying. I was like, it doesn't do a whole lot. You just BKB TPs. Does make him a little bit tankier, I suppose.
It's the like they're getting the jump onto him with like the X arrow. So you give 50% status, well 40% now status resistance for that first stun that's coming onto you. That's gonna make the world difference. I don't know, you don't think so, but it is.
Unless you hit him with any other debuff, and then it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like you're starting the fight by jumping the Sven.
Yeah.
That's how these fights have been beginning. That's why they've been going so well for Infamous.
Lumiere? He gets caught by the soulbind and says, all right, whatever, I'll just dive the base. I don't care. IX Mike gonna go down here. Does have the buyback to come back into this game. Sammy not in this fight at all.
TP's on cooldown for another 2 seconds. He's going to do so immediately afterwards now, though.
No soulbind. You don't have the double Fiend's Grip, and Lumiere doesn't seem to really care all that much. Ryoya going in. Avalanche toss stuns up the Slark. Stormhammer comes through. He pops the God Strength. They get the first life, but Mike stunned up once again on the Bane. He's the only real saving grace. They've got to get the Fiend's Grip off, but Michael, great control coming through. The Depth Shroud saving him for the time being, but the Fiend's Grip, it ends up catching Kunkka. The Slark goes down. They've done it. Team managing to hold the high ground as they take down 3, looking for Io as well, but he's just going to get that TP out.
Well, diving a little bit too far. I mean, that was the time to do it. You're missing most of your base right now. You had to defend there. And Tiny doing just as much damage in the fights as Sven, actually. I'm a little bit surprised that Roy can do so much damage with just the Silver Edge and the Echo Saber. This Penta Edge Sword is putting in a little bit of work, but slightly out of position. Murana ended up going pretty far forward as well to try and control up this Bane, stop him getting speedy grip off.
Murana gets found. Oh, a little bit of a misplay there. She doesn't have another leap though, so the Avalanche, they're just messing with each other at this point. Michael, no way gets out of here. Will get picked up by Brax, and that was a gem, it sounded like. Yeah, gem on the deck, and Sammy busy pushing the mid lane. Wants to be able to force some buybacks, but Infamous, they don't have it for Slark and the Kunkka here. A really big deal. They're both 1,000 gold away. This is a lane of barracks, I think. They're pinging tier 4s. They want to just end this.
I mean, Slark is dead without buyback, but they do have Fortify available. This, at the very least, is going to delay them by another couple of seconds. Going for this, these tier 4s is a bit of a bold move.
They know Kunkka
punished for this.
And the Slark, they don't have it. The Arena of the Spirit doesn't connect, but they are still stuck inside. In comes Sacred. Can they finish off the Bane in time? It would be a dieback, but he's still alive on this Bane. He gets the Fiends, or the
Brain Sap.
Brain Sap off. Thank you, Io. Stunned up for the moment, but so is Sven. If he can get the kill, it's big one, and that's dead without dieback. Sven will just TP out. Flea will do the same. No way they all disengage. Oh my goodness.
Okay. I mean, you forced 2 buybacks there, but you didn't manage to get either rack. If you had focused down the barracks there, instead of going for the tier 4 tower, you would have ended up clearing that one. So their game not any easier, but if they get Sacred and Michael on the dieback here, it could be big. And they're smoking up. They know they don't have Io. This is the best opportunity for them to take this team fight.
It's a huge call. Sammy going in. He wants to find Michael. Stormhammer comes out, but he blink dodges it. Oh, there's Lumiere on the backside. They've got a gem. Avalanche toss. If they can get the kill, it'd be huge, but he forces that Shadow Dance. He's going to walk away. Sammy still looking for more. Michael be a great one. So would Sacred. If they can find anything at all, it'd be huge, but good disengage here from the side of Infamous.
Yeah, they just can't get our hands on any of these heroes. Slark, Shadow Dance, to an Aghanim Scepter, and these are the 2 heroes with Blink. It's just too hard. Alone's keeping the wave shoved in as well. Somebody's gonna have to get back. They ping it out.
The prize is mine.
I mean, that's the thing. You're playing on, like, you managed to even things out with that last push that you just did in the team fight that you took, but you're still doing 2 sets of racks. You can only spend so much time outside your base, and Bottom lane is shoved all the way in here. They ping it out. All right, someone's gonna have to deal with this Kanka. Brax is all right. I guess I'll do it, guys. Ooh, as game evening out a little bit all of a sudden. I mean, I'm still not convinced. It's very hard for them to take these team fights. Again, playing around the Sven's God strength. If you can like kind of bait this one out and then recommit back into the fight, which you have a very easy time doing on Slark. Infamous easily win this, but they committed in for that last hit of Rex like way too hard there, and so Slark ended up getting controlled up too much. We're losing people on both sides.
Bathroom break, probably.
Yeah.
Fire alarm, you know, cat on fire. Who knows? One of the others. One of those usually.
Right. Gee.
Yeah, we're ready to go, right?
Yeah.
Mike lost his
Mike
dog.
You don't have the sand.
Happens, man.
You don't have the sand.
In between the games yesterday, I managed to spill an entire gallon of water in my kitchen, so that was cool.
I don't know how you did that. You're gonna have to explain. And you said it to me, like I just spilled an entire gallon of water. I haven't had a chance to get water. I'm like, okay.
So like,
Cool.
I have a Brita filter or whatever, and it, you know, I filled it up and I put it in my fridge, but I accidentally filled it up with the nozzle open, and so as it drained, it just drained right into the floor.
Oh.
Yeah. So I went back out there after the game to go get water, and I was like, why is this empty? And I looked down, there's just a gallon of water on the ground. Very cool. I was more upset about the fact that I didn't have water.
Dude, this man can afford a Brita filter.
It's not mine. My roommate bought it. I don't have the money for that. Are you kidding me?
Okay, just checking. Like, you're getting paid for this?
In exposure bucks, yes.
Yeah. Someone's actually paying for my mansion.
I see. I was wondering how you can afford that.
Yeah.
Plus the Lambo.
Yeah. Well, they bought the Lambo for me, company car.
Of course.
Yeah.
What is Ryoya doing here? He's like pump faking all these creeps bottom. Oh, he's just taunting Brax since Brax is on his way to a BKB. I see.
Yep.
Jesus, that's a lot of damage.
Big Michael finally has his BKB.
Level 20 as well, so it has a nightmare cooldown. That's really annoying to deal with.
10-second cooldown, 7-second sleep. Neat. Bar legs held on Brax. Yeah, the BKB is pretty important. Otherwise, he just gets leashed up by the Slark. I mean, the Abyssal Blade that he's got is doing a lot of work this game as well.
They also have the Dark Portrait now, which seems like a weird game for a Dark Portrait. I don't feel like this Slark is that strong. Ooh.
It is a weird game for a Dark Portrait.
Wow, do you see that aesthetics cap right there? Just get Sammy unstunned. That was huge.
I know you're being sarcastic, but if that happens in the middle of a fight, it is huge. Don't mock him. Don't mock me.
I'm just messing with you. Yeah, I'm just not so sure about this Dark Portrait. I feel like if you just have a Hex, or you like itemize towards a Hex, you're feeling very good about it. But I guess not. Can you Dark Pact out of a Hex?
Huh? Yeah.
Really?
Dude, they changed that so long ago.
Dude, I don't know. It's dispellable now?
Yeah, has been.
Dispellable only by strong dispels, okay.
Yeah, for like the last, I don't know.
It's like one of those mechanics where I was like, I was pretty sure that was the case, but like I always have to ask to double check sometimes, you know?
They changed it to be non-dispellable a while ago, and Slark put to garbage, and then they eventually changed it back.
That's right, I remember. All the Slark spammers, you know, BSJ was like, wah, my Slark, wah. I remember now. This makes sense.
It's an odd noise.
You don't know? That's okay. Into the triangle, Lumiere. It's seen by I mean, for a second there, I think they saw them smoked up, though. Team, if they manage to find this This is a huge oh, you get all the vision in the world. There's gonna be the initiation right onto the Mirana, but it Yules to buy her some time. Sammy goes to the backside. He finds Excel on the aisle, but he gets blinded up by that blast shield. It's gonna be enough to find the kill though. Lumiere goes in, big arena. The spear catches 2. It's gonna be the Grimstroke and the Tiny, and Lumiere doing so much damage. But to see for the moment, Ryoya pops the BKB, but it doesn't matter. They get the kill. IX Mike trying to TP home, but just bashed up. They're gonna find themselves 3 big kills here on the side of Infamous, and Brax running to maybe cut some waves. I'm not entirely sure, but this is terrible for Team Team. Roshan respawning in just 10 seconds.
That is exactly what he's trying to do. I imagine he wants to cut waves and farm up the last of his BKB and maybe get buyback as well. He knows he's not going to be able to fight into the enemies here, and they realize, well, guys, we've only got 1 Rax left to take. We'll force them to buy back. If they don't defend this, we get Mega Creep, and the game becomes a lot easier. It's definitely not over, but it becomes easier.
It's another weird situation where they like dive onto the Mirana once again, and it didn't end up mattering. And that's going to be Mega Creep. Sammy debating on going in, but knows he doesn't really have that option. No God Strength. He won't have the damage. And with Roshan respawning, they're going to scout it right now, and he just cheese refresher. It doesn't get easier than that.
No. Oh, man. This game, so hard for Team Team, and just not getting any easier.
It's real good
still
for Infamous.
Yeah. Still closing this one out. Tier 4's Ancient still up. You're playing against Sven. You're playing against Tiny, who has the Aghanim Scepter, Tree Grab having no limit. He does a lot of like wave clear. Like, you're going to slowly build a net worth advantage here, but actually closing out the game is going to be a little bit harder than that. Well, they're just going for it.
They're just going to walk right in. Sacred gets the arena in the spirit. He catches the Grimstroke. Nice toss out from Ryoya. He has a BKB. He's going to be forced to pop it. There's going to go ahead and be the double roar onto 2, but do they have the Fiend's Grip? They do, but it just gets canceled. Once again, the combination not coming together here for the side of Team Team. As Lumire's going to be able to make it out, but they might be able to find this Kunk on the mid lane, and they do. Lumiere stunned up once again, does have Aegis, and the BKB just pops it, turning his attention right back onto Ryoya. Force Staff trying to get him out, but Sammy, the next one he's got his sights on. The leash is there. That Ascetics Cap doing a lot there. And Mike tried to hobble away. Ryoya does have another toss. Will be able to just burst down the aisle. That is a dieback. Question is, can they ever kill this Slark? He is out of mana. He drops the Depth Shroud inside the fountain. Brax trying to get on top of them. Ryoya doesn't have another toss charge quite yet, but the base is starting to fall down. Sammy looking forward, pops the refresher. Mars gonna be the next one to go down. I mean, you die backed on 3 heroes, but your throne's exposed. If you leave, this Slark can try and take it.
Mars's buyback is on cooldown. Well, oh, right. We're supposed to put buybacks open. Jerry, please open buybacks.
Buybacks are open. They're coming off cooldown right now.
All right. Yeah. Thank you, Jerry. Anyhow, we're supposed to put them up. They're coming off a cooldown, and he just picked up the bounty rooms, which is going to give him a nice gold. That and the fact that Courier just died. He's 100 short prior to the bounty room being picked up by Slark. That's why he made a beeline across the map to pick it up, just in case for Sacred.
Team not wanting to tap out, it seems, but this seems like an inevitability that Infamous is going to close out this game. I just don't see them actually outperforming them in fights, and honestly, well, still connects on the stun, but no real follow-up there as Lumiere. Save for the moment. Stormhammer comes out. He just pops the BKB and the Abyssal Blade onto the Bane, but they turn around with the Fiend's Grip. The Slark, can they actually bring him down in time is the question. He's gone. That's the Aegis. He still has that Shadow Dance available as Michael trying to run away as well. Can they actually finish off the Slark? The Dark Portrait comes out, but Beastmaster trying to chase him down. Gets the dust. Stunned up Silence. Slark turns it around. Again, he's got Depth Shroud. He's got his ult. He's going to chase after Brax. He gets the Beastmaster kill and now flee the next one, but he's going to find Sammy now. Protected for the moment thanks to the Silver Edge. Stun comes out, but he just leaps away. They cannot catch this Slark. They dropped every single spell they had onto him.
To get his Aegis. I did get his Aegis with that one. But now they forced to get back to base again. Mega creeps on the side of Infamous. So can only spend so much time outside of base. And Sammy, he's been forced to go for the fresher orb this game. I mean, you see this come out a lot of time in the late game, Sven, to have more uptime on your god strength. So the enemies can't punish you as hard when it goes on cooldown. But it's even worse now that they reduce the duration by 5 seconds.
Io just got the plus 900 health talent. He's on his way to a Heart of Tarask. This Io is no longer going to be an easy target. This dude's going to have like almost 5k HP.
I mean, if you think that's bad, it's whoever he's tethered up to is not going to be an easy target either.
Yeah.
They're going to gain like 200, 300 HP a second.
Oh, what a spear from Sacred. Finds both the supports on the backside, but Lumiere just tunneling down to base. Stormhammer comes through. Can he take down the Io? Lumiere doesn't care. He just stops the Temp Shroud, and that is it. Infamous taking game number 1. Ooh, they knew their win condition. It's called Defense of the Ancients for a reason, neph.
53-minute game here, and team. They made it hard for him, but that Slark was just too much to deal with. Tons of control up from the Mars as well. In this game, it really didn't feel like Sammy was able to do that much. They had surprising like lack of stuns, but tons of control. That one fight inside the Roche pit that they took and managed to catch like just after they won the fight inside their base. He was completely stunned up in the fight on Roya. I think Roya played like a hell of an impressive game on this Tiny. He had absolutely no business doing as much damage as he did. But somehow managed to delay this game. It was definitely him doing an outstanding performance. I think Sven was a bit of a lackluster pick, and it really doesn't feel that good against Lark right now, especially given the nerfs for Sven.
I think it's that plus the combination of the Io, right? You have just like such a solid matchup. The Io just making this game so much easier for the Slark. Sacred had a phenomenal game on the Mars, and so did Alone. I mean, they really all performed well here on the side of Infamous. This was just a really solid game. I think if the early stack contest into the Radiant Jungle panned out better for TEAMTEAM, like if they actually won those engagements and got the stacks, this game might have been very different. But Infamous doing a really good job at contesting that early on. And the whole time, like Slark and Io were able to just kind of run around the map and continue farming. So we'll see what happens in game number 2. But we're going to go to a small break. We'll be back in just a little bit here. Everyone stay tuned for more action here on the BTS Pro Series season number 8.